Hey there and welcome to Number One RV Nut. I'm Jeff Rayleigh. Today I got an issue. Water pump. Water pressure still low. I have had problems with this. And I had a modification, and I had a video where I thought I fixed it. I noticed that my shower head was clogged. Check that video out. Thought I had it fixed. Well, checked it again a couple days ago, and now I got like really low water pressure at all the faucets, which wasn't happening before. So I don't know what's going on. I'm getting, even at the sinks, which were fine before, if I turned them on, I got full water pressure. I got a pump that ran constant. Now I've got the pulsating pump even when I got the water on full blast. So during this whole process, I discovered that my water pump was leaking a little bit. I got a little drip pan under there. That's a separate issue. These things don't come with drip pans usually, as far as my experience goes. And I'm going to install something because they can leak. And you're going to have a problem. You're going to have water damage. So I might make that a separate project while I'm doing this. But it's leading me back possibly to the pump here. And I've examined it, and there's an inline water filter. That's going to be the first place. I'm going to take that out, examine it, clean it, and try this again, and then go from there. So we're going in. Yes, sir, Baba! Okay, so here's our problem. That's the most I can get, even with both faucets open. Even over here, this one, that wasn't doing that before. Got access to the pump here. There's my drip pan. It's not dripping terribly, but it is losing some water down there. There's the filter back there, so let's get that out. Okay, got a rag down there. I don't know how much water I'm gonna stream out here. This nut was just hand tight. Oh, okay, it's dripping already. Hoping, oh, it's going, it's gonna lose a lot of water. It's going. I gotta tighten that up. Here's my first question. When I get that disconnected, will the water pressure in the tank push water up through this pipe here that leads to this filter? Will it continue to push water out? I'm not a hydrodynamic guy. My water level's about right here. And it's above the connection. So I'm thinking that will push water through there. Just guessing. So I think what I'm going to do is open this valve back here. I think this is the drain. I'm going to have to drain this tank a little. Get it below the filter. See what it does. But I'm turning this valve and nothing's happening. That leads to the outside of the coach. Okay, I got that to open, and there's all this
gunk coming out of it. So, there's our first clue that, see, I got all kinds of gunk coming out of this side. There's more. Now I'm getting a stronger flow. So that's telling me there is gunk in there, so. And I got the water level well below the filter, so it's below. So if my theory's right, that won't push water up this pipe. It's okay, so that's not leaking, it's coming out of the. Now I gotta figure out if I can get that filter separated. I don't know if it should just turn. Okay, now we can examine this. Yeah, I don't know a darn thing about these things. Like, can you open them up and service them? But I mean, you can see there's debris in it, but there's also some clear areas. So I don't know if that would explain the lack of water flow. So can you take these apart? Or are these just disposables? Well, looking at this through light, through the window, it's dirty. It's clogged. I think it's clogged enough to say that it might affect the water flow. So I don't know at this stage if it's better to just replace this, order one, if I can't get in it, or if I should take that pump out and service it somehow. I've seen people do it. You can take the top of them off and clean them up, and or if I should just buy another pump. This is one of those things that's best thought of over a meal. I'm gonna go make lunch and let this sink in a little bit. I blew some air in there maybe and cleaned it up. I could try that. Yeah, give it some thought. Yeah, it don't look like it's, almost looks like it's got notches in it, like it'll slide open. That'd be really nice. You know, upon closer examination, there's obviously two parts. There are these notches right here, and then there's an opening. If this slid, this would open. Check it out. It turned. I hear things cracking. No, it moved. There's a little motion there. Bingo. And that is dirty. Just a little bit of jimmying. It's even got big gunk in it. So that's cool because that's super dirty. I could see that affecting the flow. So let's see if the screen comes out without any big issues. Yep, this pops right out. Nice. So I'm just going to take this metal brush, take it to the sink and clean it. Yep, got it clean as a whistle. Alright, I found the trick. You got to get these lined up and these notches, and then you squeeze. And then you turn. It locks. So push, turn, lock. Reversing that to take it out, I think you need pliers once it locks. It was hand tight before, so that's what I'll do this time. Okay. Now this booger. Okay, I'll just tighten that up. Okay, I got both connections just hand tight as I could get with just me own strength. Now, hopefully this is a self-priming pump. I'm going to hit the pump. Nothing. Turn the water on. Got nothing at the faucet. Uh-oh. Tell me this is self-priming. Nothing. Huh. How do you prime these? Well, it's not pumping. So I did a little YouTubing, and naturally I can't find a video on my exact situation. Some are saying that these SureFlows need to be primed, and some are saying they don't need to be primed. But I'm not getting water, so I'm trying to think of how to prime this thing. So, well, this is getting more and more interesting. Now I got no pump at all. But this connection may have broke. Or this connects down here. Look at this. I got a lot of debris down there. I may have to just pull this pump. I'm pulling it. Okay, I got both lines disconnected, and now the fun part. Okay, white goes to black on mine, and then red to red. So I don't need to cut that one. I think I am now. That's pretty simple. And here is our specimen. I've never done one of these before. I may have to get another pump. It's December 23rd. (2020). Everybody seems to be looking forward to this year being over. Yeah, coming to the end of 2020. Vaccines out. I've been quarantining almost all year. And it really, that part of it hasn't been really all that bad. I've just been doing projects and writing songs and working from home. For me, it hasn't been much different than any other year, really, except a few big things, I guess. I mean, my band isn't functional anymore. But that wasn't just because of coronavirus. Our bass player had a medical problem and had to move out of state. Right when the corona thing hit, everything kind of hit at once. But as far as the quarantining goes, it hasn't bothered me much. Okay, so this looks like it's going to come right out. Make sure I keep these indexed right. Okay. I don't see a check valve in this one. Oh, there it is. I guess that's it. Goes in and out, up and down. So that's not stuck or anything, as far as I can tell. It's pretty neat. This should come out, right? It's a little different than the ones I've been seeing. Thing comes out. What am I getting myself into here? So this thing turns, okay. That feels nice and smooth. This thing looks fine. I'm not sure how this one works. Goes that way. Alright, well, I'll button this up and go from there. Okay, so I don't really see anything on the pump end that says it shouldn't work. I don't know about this priming thing, but I do have another problem. This thing right here looks like it broke, so I'm not getting good connection anyway. I think this little tongue broke off, so it ain't snapping in like it's supposed to. Well, now I got a big old problem on my hands. Okay, this is all getting a little out of hand now. I'm gonna get another pump. I'm trying to just get the exact one I need for this, because even if I get this going, I have a strong suspicion that there's something wrong with it, like maybe the motor's just burnt out. So I'm just gonna see. I can prime this thing a little bit. Hold on a sec. There was the other terminal was out. See if we can just get some contact here.
Still nothing. I got it going. I just don't see any water flowing. It's moving, but okay, so I've taken this thing apart. I'm just gonna guesstimate that there's something wrong with the motor. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to sound, but all the new ones say they're self-priming. So I think that's that. Well, the only other thing I could think to do is to put some more water in the tank, and maybe the water pressure from the tank, get it above the valve again, and it'll feed the water through and provide some pressure. And so maybe I'll try that in the morning. It's late. And we'll just call this one a day. It's fun though. Kind of messed up though, because now I ain't got no water. That stinks. Yeah, it's the big day here. I decided to just go with a new pump. I couldn't get this thing to prime. I'm not saying I did everything in my power to get this thing to work, but there was just this seed of doubt that maybe this old pump just wasn't pumping right. So why keep messing with it? So I found a new comparable. This is the old, I think, original SureFlow. This thing's heavy duty. It's pretty close. The main thing I wanted to do is make sure that these were about the same spec-wise, so that I don't have to modify anything underneath there to get this one to fit. And it's just got a positive and a negative, and it says in the ad that this will self-prime. I don't know if I should try using the old one that I cleaned or use this new filter. Now the mounting's different. 3.1, no, 45 psi. This that matches this, and we're at 2.8 gallons per minute. That's the same as this. So this thing matches exactly. So that's good. Just a little pre-prep here. It does have the arrow saying which direction the water flow is. I am just hoping that this does it, because it is absolutely mandatory to have good water pressure in your rig. This should just go on here. That's going to be really tight. I don't know if it's supposed to go down. It does have a instruction manual. I better go get it and see if it says anything about how this has to be oriented. It says this can be mounted any direction, and that it will prime, self-prime up to 6 feet in differential to the tank. So this should all be fine as long as this head's facing down, it says. This has got to work. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to assume I got clogged lines next. And that would be a real thrill, trying to figure that out. Hydro flushing all the lines. I don't really want to do that. Okay, we're hooked up. I've only got a little bit of water in the tank. I still don't know if that's an issue. But let's see if this thing will prime. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Look at that. Look at that. It primed. That sucker just primed right up. Make sure nothing's leaking. That just primed right up. Yar. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we got water to spick it here. Look at there. It's kind of pulsy. So quiet. I don't even know the pump's on. Can't even hear that pump. Oh, now I gotta check the shower. Woo! It's solid. It's not like super powerful, but it's solid. That will work for me. See, I still got leaks down here. That could be affecting the water pressure too, so, but it's not pulsating. That's usable. All right, Triumph. I was half expecting it to not work, I guess. Perhaps the old pump really is just gone bad over the years. All I got to do is just, make sure it's installed good. I just got it kind of tacked down. Check for leaks. That pump is so quiet. You don't even hear it when the sound of the sink being on. You can't even. It's louder than the pump, and you can't even hear the pump. You got to get your ear down on it to even hear it running. The old pump was a SureFlow. This is a brand called Amarine. It's like marine with an A in front of it, like almost looks like America. It's Amarine, and it was very affordable, and it matched the specs of this thing. It went in pretty easy, and again, I'm just going to have to go double check things, and that's done. And next is just going to be to replace. Oh, you know what I got? And I got a little valve that goes up at the shower head for an on-off. I finally bought one, so I'll go put that in and take that other thing out. Let's finish this up. Bye-bye. Probably ought to retape that, but all right. I have been waiting a long time for this piece. This all might need tape, I don't know. Guess I'll just try it without it at first. Nice and tight. And now I've got an on-off switch for my shower head. Now if that just ain't the bee's knees. Now my hose is all twisted up. Okay. Alright. Let's test this baby out again.
Okay, we're gonna call this one done. I'm real happy with that pump. So I'm just gonna go button everything back down, make sure there's no leaks. I still got to deal with the I just got a bad valve somewhere in the faucet, and I've actually grown tired of tinkering with it. So I think I'm just gonna replace it here shortly. But having a new water pump in the rig, super cool stuff. Real happy with it. I didn't want to get one that had more PSI because I don't know if my pipes are rated for it, because I'd like to get a better stream than that. I'd like a nice powerful, although if you do that you're going to just use all your water right up, but I'd still like to have the option. But it's way better than it was. So I think what I'll do is heat some water up, try it out, and see if it does the trick. And so anyway, that's this one. We'll catch you on the next one. Number 1 RV Nut out.